Alrighty, I'm going to kind of go over everything one by one. Let's start out with the character movement. Hit play here. Gonna hopefully drag it over. Here we go. Drag over the game window. Alright, player movement works like WASD moves the character left, right, and right, that way, whatever. The mouse still determines where they look. It'll bind the entire upper torso to your mouse when you're in combat so that you move your arms and your head to where you're pointing. When you're out of combat, you're only moving your head directly to the pointer. However, when you reach an extra 45 degrees, you will lerp your entire body into rotation to where it should be in like a 4/4 section thing. Anyway, that's movement. You can run, and as you can see, I've implemented the stamina bar from last time, so now when you run, it drains the stamina bar, and when you hit 0, you get forced to a walk, and you'll continue walking until you stop trying to run and let it go up, and then try running again. So you have WASD moves you, Shift is what activates run, you toggle that. You also have there's no other keys besides when you push mouse 1 or mouse 2, either one, it activates combat mode. And mouse 1 is your left hand, and mouse 2 is your right hand. As you can see, there's separate functions, and so they work differently. There's also a panel right here. You can't see it because it's part of the canvas. When your mouse is over it and you scroll wheel, it should scroll the items up and down. Hopefully, what's going to happen here is, let me show you what I'm hoping to do. So you have the damage indicator, scroll view, item selector, control panel. What I am hoping to do, here we go, is normally you're going to have the bag closed. So you'll see this and you won't see bag open. And so in your screen, what you'll have is you only see this one image. This is your active image, and those will be gone, and the bag will be kind of in a closed animation. However, I'm hoping that when you scroll up or scroll down, it automatically flips over to a bag open, and these will scroll, like when you scroll wheel, like that'll go down to there, that'll go down to there, and that'll just kind of disappear, and the next item will come down. So you kind of like Monster Hunter, how you scroll, and then you can select your item, and then you can push a key like E or something, and you'll use it. But I'm going to hopefully have it so you can only use items maybe outside of combat, because it makes sense then, because then you can like use a knife, and when you're outside of combat you could have a knife for, I don't know, a quest or something. That's how I'm hoping this item system is going to work. I haven't actually implemented an inventory system, which is why I can't do that yet. It's kind of just a sub-place, and I don't like the idea that the scroll method that I'm using right now is the same you'd use for a window. So if you like click and drag, it also does it. So I'm going to change that to something completely different. So kind of ignore it, I guess, while I'm shooting and doing that at the same time. What else do we got here? So that's how I'm hoping the inventory for the bag will be. You saw the stamina bar. It's got a container and a slider. Yeah, okay. So the container, or the slider itself, is the value of the stamina, right? Well, in the container, I can actually change how much it has, and the stamina slider should... Actually, the script right now sets it to 1,000, so... let's see here. If I go to character prefab, under his movement script, I believe I have stamina container... Oh, I don't have the current value. I can go edit real quick. You get the idea. I can edit the container value, and so that it can only regen up to here, and you can use it regen up to here, and then like you can have specific items you're supposed to use in combat to regen the container up. Again, similar to Monster Hunter. There's a script for it. If I just change... That's player movement. Stamina, container, original, we'll deal with it later. You get the idea. So the stamina container is at 100. I gotta fix it now. Stamina container. Boop. Stamina slider. Put that up as well, I guess. And so you can edit those. You can do the same thing kind of with the health slider here. The script is entirely what controls this, which is why you don't usually have to go in here and edit it yourself, but you can see how the slider goes up and down. I can, if we need to, because I haven't done anything to specifically edit like custom bars or anything here, I've just kind of put in placeholders, because we don't really know the image of our game yet, so we're kind of like unsure on whether we're going to make it look pretty or whatever. So you can go to the stamina, or let's go to the health slider and show you there. I can come here and show you the background and the fill area. I can change the background to some other image maybe, make it look nicer instead of just a round circle. Or I can change the fill area and also make that look nicer, just a UI sprite of a circle that's inside of it. That's green and spliced. Not that entertaining. You get the idea. Fill center. Ooh, pretty. Yeah, we can customize those health sliders if we need to. We can also customize the slider, item selector background. That's the bag. This is what controls the mouse movement up and down. So that's all that. You got a damage indicator. This is for when you take damage. Inventory. Alright, let's go over the inventory. I haven't really done anything for it yet. I have to figure out how to write inventories, I guess. It's just kind of complicated. What I'm hoping for, though, is when you push I, I'm hoping this will pause the character, put him into a ruffling through his bag animation, and kind of stick the camera move so that he is around, like, over here, while you have the book sitting here and, like, a bag window here or something. You can move through your bag or whatever. He'll do animations that, like, he's moving through his bag. If you click the book, he'll open the book or something. So you click the book, it'll open the book, and hopefully I'm going to have spells listed here. And I noticed that it didn't open... Oh, crap. Why didn't it do that? Spellbook button. Spell... Oh. Close book. Didn't activate for some reason. The button's gone. I must have accidentally deleted something, but there's a button that's supposed to pop up when you click it, and you can close the book. Oh, there it is, right there. Never mind. Resolution's different, so it's moved. I gotta fix that. Anyways, you open the book, you can close the book, like that. I need to implement, again, a UI for the spells. But for now, it's a 3D book, so it's kind of cool looking. I'll show you from here what it looks like. You have the screen. You have your UI stuff, and I kind of created 3 planes and then had them sideways so that when you click them, they move. And kind of a cool animation. I might make it cooler though, because it's still kind of lame. Have to spend more time animating it. So that's the inventory, how it's supposed to look. You have the event system that controls all the scripts for that canvas. That's all the stuff like there. You got lighting, environment, special, who cares, that. Yeah, the healing and the damaging cube. Okay, let's go over the character, I guess. So I've gone over the movement. You move. You can set the walking speed here. When you script something, you make the script and you attach it, and this is what goes here. The script's variables that you make public, like a public float, walk speed, a float, run speed, bool, is readed, transform. These are all different variables. When they're made public, they show up down here, so I can edit them. And it won't change the script, but it will change the numbers in the script to do whatever you want. So we have the walk speed, the run speed. The is rooted will keep him from moving. This is the head and the spine transformation. That's what moves when you're looking around. Like, that's his spine bone for his head and for his body. There's the slider for stamina, because when it's part of the movement script, when you're running, it drains it. Stamina container. This is the max value that the stamina will fill up to, so it's not just like an arbitrary number like 100. The stamina drain. This is how fast it drains and how fast it regens when you're running and when you're not running. Player to mouse and current move state. That's for to connect to other scripts because they have to be public. Okay. What else do we got? We got the combat script. There are 2 combat scripts. One is for each hand. By changing the hands, you have the right hand and here's the other one, the left hand transformation. These are the locations on his hands, and so this is what determines if this is the right hand or if that's the left hand. Also, you have the is left. That's checked down here for the left hand, not there for the right hand. Anyways, and the current equipable is what we really care about. This is just kind of determining how fast it'll shoot. This is what we care about, and hopefully in the inventory we'll change these 2 values to whatever you select. Because this is where we create a prefab, like I have right here, a spell prefab, that I can put any of these. Actually, I only have two right now, but these are part of the prefabs up here. But you can put any of these two inside here, and it'll change that the spell is that he's currently holding. For example, dummy spell 1 is the one that... so all the spell has is this container, and it has a spell icon, an attack version, dummy spell attack, that's what this is, goes down here, a charge version, and it determines what kind of spell casting it is, or if it's a weapon, if it's a carry, then this would be 0 if it was a weapon. But the type of casting is whether he's going to be, let me show you here, if it's type 1, what he'll do is he will just simply, when you're holding it down, it'll shoot. It'll shoot whatever in that 0.1 seconds or whatever that I set it to. If it's part 2, then you'll charge it up by holding it down, and when you let go, it'll fire 1. That's what this number is determining. It is a spell, but what kind of spell are you firing? So 1, 2, and then I'll make more for different types of casts. And the spell charge version is what you saw there. That's the prefab for the blue thing that charges it. It's a totally different model, so you just plug it in there, into there. And then the attack shoot is also different. I have two different types of shoot. Oops. Yeah. You have two different types of shoot. For example, you have the shoot to location. So it'll go from his hand to wherever you were pointing. The other one is simply a shoot in that direction. And of course they despawn when they leave the area. These despawn after they hit the location they need to be. I can also, so what's great about this is I can make a spell, have it use this container, and let's say the attack version, or the charge version, let's say it was a charge, so I used is spell 2. So it charged whatever, and then the attack version instantiates as soon as I let go. And what happens is I instantiate a prefab that that has the code to move forward to the mouse position. So if I instantiated something else, it would do something else. So when I let go, if I created a model that didn't instantiate with movement, I could have it instantiate with like a ring on the ground, and you could create an AoE. Or I could have it instantiate with a line, or I could have it instantiate with lines going down, lightning bolts, whatever the hell you wanted. As soon as I let go, I could instantiate anything. And so that creates a possibility for any type of spell. I can also mix it with any type of casting. So either way, I could have it with an automatic shoot or a charge shoot, or let's say I had a charge to mega shoot, I don't know, some other kind of animation to start it. That's all part of the combat. Let's see here. Okay, so that's how the spells kind of work. What's great is I can create just about any freaking type of spell you can think of with the code and the way it works. Right now I have just the 2 dummy spells though, and those are 2 examples. So what else do we got? The player combat, I showed you that, 1 for each hand, and I can determine what spell you put in right here. So say I don't have a spell at all in my left hand or whatever it is. Is that my left hand? No, it's my right hand. He will have nothing there, and I can't push right because it's considered a null, so it won't do anything. It'll just be in kind of a like a false animation, I guess. I gotta maybe change that, and that still works just fine. As are separate combats, which is nice. Okay, we have that. The audio source, that is just playing the clips for when he gets hurt and when he gets healed. And so since we're on the player health now, okay, we have the starting health. I can determine what that is. I can determine what the current health is, but the script ends up changing it, doing what happened, depending on what happens. You can put the slider here, the damage indicator, as well when the screen flashes red or when it flashes the green because of the heal image. We have a damage sound, a healing sound, and a death sound. We also have flash speed for how fast the screen is going to flash, and then we have the colors for if you're being healed or being hit. So what's great about the health script, I guess, is it attaches to this bar, and it goes down when you take damage. So I have attached to this cube a take damage script. Boom, boom, boom. You took damage. Yippee-yah. And then attached to this script, I have a healing script, which does the opposite. Kinda nice. So if I just attach the same script I have to these cubes onto an enemy, bam, I have an enemy. And if I attach this to like a healing fountain or maybe a potion item that I use up here, it could heal. And I like that sound. Let's see, that's about everything, I think. That's the attack, the damage, the cube, movement, I'll follow. Shaders, textures, managers, scripts. Yep, I think that's just about everything. Managed to get combat working. Managed to get health move working. And let me put back on his current equipable is in my prefabs. Let's go here. Prefabs, spells, dummy spells. And I have them here, and I can just go back to my character prefab. So if I equip the dummy spell 1, bam, he's got it equipped now. Just like that. And that's pretty cool. Move around, take damage, shoot things. And what's cool is when you're firing, that thing that gets instantiated will be what contains like the effects value. So when it hits something, the script will go, are you hitting an enemy? Okay, if so, give that enemy burning or something. And so you can self-contain all the spell effects to what's being instantiated, meaning you can literally do freaking anything. Just think about it and you can do it. Yeah, so that's how everything works.